Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets, going back down to Franconia, one of my favorite places in the world if I want some awesome lager beer, or any beer in general. The best place for lager in the world is probably like Franconia and some areas of the Czech Republic, I'd imagine. Again, I can't speak too much about the Czech Republic because I've never traveled there. What I've tried has only been stuff that I've been able to get in Denmark. So I don't know the regions and everything. There's of course Pilsen, which is very famous because that's where Pilsner comes from, but just Prague I hear is fantastic. But to me, some of the best lager is from Franconia. And when we were there last year, was the first time I really got to go there and be a mega geek and try a lot of these things that I've reviewed over the years at the sources, like Münchenbacher and these kind of beers, which was just like the craziest experience. So down there we met Jason, who has a Facebook group about beer in Oberfranken. I think it's called Oberfranken and die Oberpfalz or something like that, where you can geek out and talk and get recommendations for breweries to visit in Franconia. And he mentioned some breweries that we should try, but we never got to discover these breweries or visit them just because we were pressed on time. We had a big trade fair to go to. We had a, touring Bamberg, the city, because I was with Frederick and Rasmus from Bad Seed Brewing and they'd never been, so we toured that as well. But we did get some time to tour the surrounding area, Bamberg and the towns around Bamberg. And I've done that in a video as well. So there's videos of that entire trip. If you just look up Bamberg or Franconia on the channel, you can search on the channel page, you'll find some all this stuff. But one of the breweries that I missed was Grasa in Huppendorf. They make the Huppendorfer beers. Apparently a fantastic brewery. Jason was kind enough to help me get some, actually. So you can't really get a lot of these beers outside of Franconia, but there's a few websites that sell some of them. One of them is Bier aus Franken, but they don't ship outside of Germany. But luckily, he could help me get some. So thanks a ton, Jason. So I'm looking forward to this. We're going to be trying two flagships from Grasa, and this is their Huppendorfer Vollbier and their Huppendorfer Zwickel Vollbier. So both of these are interpretations of these Franconian lagers that is made down there. One being a Lagerbier, the other one being a Zwickelbier. And the Lagerbier is this, it's just put as a catch-all style online as a killer beer / Zwickelbier, I think it says on Untapped, because there is not I think a style defining statement about the beer. Down in Bamberg, most people call it Lagerbier. Some also here you can see Vollbier. I mean, there's so many names for these things, and I've talked about that a lot of times. But often these Lagerbiers are a bit more rich and malty and complex than a paler counterpart, like this Zwickel, for example, or Pilsner or Helles. But I think we should start with the Zwickel, just because it's lighter in color. So the Zwickel is 4.9% alcohol. These guys are a family-run brewery, I think. And this one became part of the core range, was it in 2006 or 4 or something like that? This was one of these situations where as soon as I popped these bottles, the room was smelling amazing. When you pop a lager and you can smell it in the room, like you can smell the vibrancy, you're in for a good time. So this is super pale yellow, straw yellow. It has a little bit of haze to it, streaming carbonation, poured with a very frothy, nice looking white head. You can see it's leaving some nice light lacing on the sides of the glass. And there's even more, haze in the bottom of the bottle. This one is filtered. The Zwickel is unfiltered. So let's check out the Zwickel. Oh, that smells really good. Really vibrant. These are really fresh bottles too. I'm guessing, I'm not sure exactly what expiration dates they give these, but they expire already in July. But most of these Franconian breweries give 3 months or so max shelf life on the beers. This smells very, very vibrant, like a straw crackery malt backbone. Really well lagered, grassy as well. Definitely also a citric, fruity hop nuance. Almost like a bit of a pear. Definitely also citrus vibes, but it also has some robustness underneath. It's so pale, but it also feels a little bit robust. Man, thanks so much, Jason, for getting these to me. I'm so excited about drinking some fresh Franconian beer again. Let's check out the Zwickel. Cheers. That's really good. Really, really, really crushable. Oh, it's interesting. At first I was like, yeah, it's more light malt character on the palate, but there's definitely a little bit of robustness on the back. This is really good and no flaws, and it has that vibrancy. Like, that's one of the things I feel like a lot of craft lagers sometimes miss, is the vibrancy. And I don't know if that's to do with lagering times or packaging or what it is. Mashing, balancing hops and malts and everything. I'm not sure. But when a lager from Franconia is relatively fresh, it has this like zing and vibrancy where you're just like, oh, I'm going to have to be so careful not to chug this entire glass of beer. That's exactly what I feel about this. It's so damn easy to drink and scarily sessionable. It's almost a little bit similar to some Franconian interpretations of Helles Lager, actually. Maybe that this is just maybe a little bit more bright. Nice crackery breadiness, straw kind of notes to it, like straw, almost not wheaty, but straw kind of grassiness or something like that to it. A little bit of a doughy vibe as well on the back, like a wheat bread or something very light. And then there is on the end a robust feeling, almost like bread crusty. And then there's a nice hop character on it, which is, again, it's citric, it's slightly floral, it's more to the fruity side. There's definitely also some spice and bitterness on the back, but it's not like heavy on like spicy, woodsy, hoppy flavor. But yeah, let's move on to the Vollbier. So this is supposed to be more rich, more malty, and then this is filtered, which the other one isn't. So yeah, it looks really nice in the glass. It also had some vibrancy when I poured it. This one was just the one that really stood out when I poured the beers. Yeah, it's got a nice, slightly chestnutty color, light orange hued, maybe more copper. It looks nice. Also, off-white head on this one, also with great lacing. Let's check out the aroma on the Vollbier. Yeah, so this is definitely what I think of when I think of these Franconian Lagerbiers. It has a more robust malt character. It's this melanoidin rich kind of freshly baked bread, countryside loaf kind of thing. So we did a beer at Bad Seed called Frank, which was very much inspired by beers like that. And I think this one is more balanced than that beer. That one was maybe a bit too malty almost, whereas this is like definitely more in balance. It has fine hop aromatics too. Like there's these soft, grassy, floral notes to it as well. I really like how this the Huppendorfer Bier here, Grazza, plays on these floral, fruity hop nuances and not all like spice, which is nice. Like those are kind of the nuances I like a lot, but they are also really good with the spicy notes and whatnot. But this also smells very nice. Maybe a little less vibrant than the Zwickel. They have the same best before dates, so I'm guessing they're packaged around the same time. But let's try it. Cheers. For a more robust beer, man, the drinkability of these are crazy. This is such a slugger. Like, don't be fooled by this color. This is ultra crushable and sessionable. Really one of the things so far that really strikes me with this brewery, their balance is freaking on point. The balance between brightness, maltiness, and like everything is just hands down great. And also bitterness. I could personally like a bit more bitterness, but in terms of the area down there, this is really, really true to what people do and brew. Really nice, robust malt character on this. Chestnutty notes, almost like a bit of toffee or something like that in the back end. Countryside loaf, toasty breadiness, just much more robustness. And that like drying back end is almost toffee-like. And then bitterness comes in on the back as well. Nice, slightly spicy bitter end. But up front, I think it's like the grassy kind of floral hoppiness that shines. But it also feels fairly vibrant. A little bit of sweetness, but it's not like sweet. It's not really like crazy sweet. It just has like a slight bit of sweetness to it. which is nice. But I definitely think I prefer the Zwickel. This is awesome. It actually has similar characteristics to Spezial's Lagerbier, Rauchbier, just without the smoke. Thinking of it, maybe a bit more hop character in this one. But these are really good. Nice first try of Grasser beers. They're more balanced, more soft than some of my favorites. They're not like as forward, but the balance on the beers are fantastic. This would be really fun to try down in Franconia and go to Huppendorf and try the beers really, really fresh. I really dig it. They're really nice. In terms of grades, like a 93, I think, on the Zwickel. That's a really good Zwickel beer. Like, it's so freaking crushable. And I love how bright it is. Like, there's so much bright fruitiness, which is really nice. And the Vollbier, their Lagerbier, like around a 91 to a 90. It's quite nice. But I think there's other, like the best like Lagerbier down there for me is probably Münchenbacher's Lagerbier. That's just like out of this world. Really, really good. But this is also very nice. It's quite a different beer from the Münchenbacher Lagerbier. But yeah, still really damn enjoyable. So nice new brewery to check out. If you haven't already, drink some beer from Grasser in Huppendorf. Very nice beers. If you like the balance and softness in lagers, you'll really enjoy these. Because these are quite soft and well balanced. And this is also actually in style with what I think of when I've tried a lot of American lagers that are highly acclaimed. They have this like softness and elegance that these have. And they're not like edgy and zingy, but I like a bit of edge and zing personally. But man, you can't fault these, and there's no flaws. These are just banging lagers. So yeah, really enjoying these. So if you guys had a chance to try the Grasser Huppendorfer Vollbier or the Huppendorfer Zwickelbier, let me know what you thought of them. Thanks a ton to Jason for helping me get these. And look for more reviews of some fresh Franconian beer. We've got the Münchenbacher Festbier, Maibock. And I can't wait to revisit that. When I had it a few years ago, I was pretty blown away by it. And now I'm even more into lagers. That's going to be fun. So yeah, if you had them, guys, let me know. And it's always remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers and my favorite, the Zwickel. And see you guys in another beer review.